So you're interested in getting started with MMA training and you are a complete beginner? So perfect, you're in the right spot. Today's video is going to give you some great tips and things that help you out as far as what to expect in getting your mixed martial arts journey started. First things first, why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Coach Tim. I actually run a mixed martial arts gym. Um, I coach numerous people, multiple fighters, but also a lot of people who are just everyday, normal, regular people who just want to learn some self-defense and get into great shape. And I also was a competitive fighter myself. I fought professionally for about 10 years, had 18 professional fights, and I was even fortunate enough to fight for an international organization called Bellator MMA. So I have a lot of experience under my belt as well. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first things first, what is MMA and what does the training involve? MMA is a hybrid of multiple combat sports, all kind of rolled into one. And once they're combined, it kind of creates its own thing. And so it's a mixture of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai, all those arts and a little bit of extra kind of rolled all into one. It is a competitive sport, but outside of that, a lot of people train MMA just for fun, for self-defense, and for the fitness benefits as well too. So don't worry if you're not looking to become a competitive fighter. There's still a lot you can get out of MMA training. So first things first, you got to find the right gym. MMA isn't something you can really teach yourself or something you can really learn online. There's some resources you can use that can help supplement your training, but you'll definitely want to find a quality gym and a quality coach. What should you look for? First things first, look around your area. Find a gym that's relatively close to you. Make sure it's a place that's either close to where you live or close to where you work. More than likely, starting off, it's going to be hard to fit the training in if it's not going to be in a convenient location. Past that, the schedule is going to be helpful too. Make sure it's going to fit into times that you can make outside of your work or any other prior engagements you may have in your life. On top of that, you want to find a gym that has a positive, supportive atmosphere. As far as the coaching, you'll definitely want to find somebody who actually is going to, care and take care of you. Make sure you're safe in your training. It's helpful if that coach has had a competitive background themselves, but not always a requirement. Some coaches have competed in different aspects of MMA, but may not have actually stepped into the cage, and that's okay. They may have a lot of great experience to pass along to you and help to guide you along your journey. Also, if you are looking to be competitive, you might want to look for a gym that actually has competitive fighters in it. More than likely, if this gym is going to be able to get you there, they probably had other people with those same goals, and they've probably gotten them towards that competition aspect in the past as well too. The next thing, what should you expect? Normally, most gyms are going to start you off with either a free day, a couple of free days, or maybe even a free week, but something to where you can test the classes out and make sure it's a good fit. So going in for that first class, of course, you probably want to, make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes you can train in, make sure you're hydrated, go in there, and of course, take part in the class, do your best to learn, but also maybe talk to the coaches before or after the class, find out about their background, maybe figure out what their coaching methodologies are, maybe talk to some of your other training partners, some of the students in that class, figure out how long they've been training, what their goals are, kind of get a general vibe of the area and kind of see how things are just as far as the overall atmosphere. Make sure it's a place where you feel comfortable and that you're going to want to keep continuing to train at in the long run. Outside of that, coming into MMA, you don't already have to be in shape. It's a great way to get yourself in shape. It's good if you come in with a prior fitness background. Maybe you've been running, lifting weights, doing CrossFit, played another sport. That's fine. But if you haven't been doing those things, don't wait until you get into shape to start your MMA training. You'll definitely want to get started. Your body will adapt as you go. You can also add different things on top of your MMA training on your off days or in the mornings or whenever you're not training, and mix in things like lifting weights, running. It'll help build your cardio and your strength. But don't wait. You don't have to have a particular fitness level to get things started as far as your MMA training. Outside of that, you'll want to set some goals for yourself. That's going to help you to stay motivated and also help you to stay accountable. And also that can help your coach to help you stay accountable as well too if they know what your goals are. So coming into this, some people may have the goals of self-defense, just want to learn some skills to defend themselves better. That's a great reason to get started with this training. You'll be learning different aspects of combat, from the striking arts on your feet down to wrestling, grappling on the ground. And so MMA is a great thing to learn as far as self-defense. You may come in with some fitness goals, and that also is very, very common. MMA is a great way to get into shape. You're going to be working so many different muscle groups between your core, your upper body, your lower body. It's going to be great for your cardio, and it's going to push you into some in ways that other different physical avenues may not give you a good push. So MMA is great for that. Just make sure that when you set these goals, make sure they're realistic. If you're looking at weight loss, you don't want to set any big, crazy, drastic goals. Maybe you just want to come in, get in good shape. Maybe you start eating better. Maybe you're looking to drop maybe about a pound or two a week, but you want to make sure you have goals that are realistic and not set the bar too high for yourself, especially in the beginning. Also, on top of that, if you have competition goals, that's helpful to let your coach know as early on as possible. Like, hey, coach, I'm interested in, maybe at some point down the line, getting into a kickboxing match, a jiu-jitsu tournament, maybe even getting into the cage to fight MMA at some point. Those are all great goals to have as well, too. They'll help you as far as staying focused, because, of course, when you have a big goal on the horizon, it definitely keeps you a lot more mentally focused as far as your training, keeps you on track. One thing with those, like the other goals, you want to make sure they are realistic goals. You don't want to maybe set a goal to, hey, I'm going to try and get in the cage after 6 months of training. That may not work out the best, but maybe somewhere in that first year, you might want to set a goal to compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament. Maybe once you've been in the gym, you've been training, you've been sparring for a while, maybe you want to look for something that's a little bit low risk, like maybe a point kickboxing, semi-contact type event on the striking side of things. These are all great goals to work towards. They'll help you move yourself forward. On top of that, I would just say the biggest thing, enjoy the journey. There's a lot of great things you'll get from MMA training outside of just the skill set. You'll be involved in a community of people who have a very some type of a similar interest to you. So make sure and take full advantage of that. Get to know the people that you're training with. Socialize with your training partners. It can be a lot of fun. You can get a lot of things out of it outside of just the skill set. So make sure to set realistic goals. Make sure to take full advantage of the community. Get to know people. Learn who you're training with. Get to know your coaches. Enjoy things, and make sure not to take things super seriously, especially in the beginning. Make sure not to put too much pressure on yourself. Come in, just focus on being consistent in the beginning. Try to get to maybe 2 to 3 classes a week just to get yourself started off, and then of course you can work on adding more down the line if your goals would need that. Make sure that you stay disciplined, and make sure that your consistency is your number one thing. Work on building a good baseline fundamental level of your skills. So make sure, as far as your striking arts, just simple things like your footwork, your stance, your movement, basic punches, building to combinations. On your grappling, make sure your defense is good. Takedown defense, escaping bad positions on the ground, submission defense, and then build your offensive skills on top of that. These are all things that will help a beginner succeed in mixed martial arts, whether you're doing it for the sport aspect, self-defense, fitness, or if you have a different goal, maybe as far as like the social interaction, or just for your mental health, or just to have a fun hobby. So if you got some value out of this video, please like this video, and also subscribe to our channel, because I'm looking to drop more of these videos. And also, if you have some ideas for content, I can drop some questions, any ideas for future videos, please feel free to go to the comments and leave your suggestions below. Thank you.